distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and members of the academic community, welcome to my channel, Words of Inspiration. This video session is on You Won't Believe the Science and Spirituality Behind Muslim Grooming. My name is Masood Saeed. Today we will critically examine the intersection of Islamic tradition, scientific research, and philosophical thought regarding grooming practices in Muslim communities. This presentation draws upon authoritative sources, including classical Islamic texts and contemporary academic research. For example, the Oxford Dictionary of Islam, John L. Esposito, 2003, page 115, provides foundational definitions, while Sahih Muslim by Imam Muslim ibn al-Hajjaj offers primary religious guidance. All references will be cited accordingly. Our focus will be on how Islamic rulings, such as those attributed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, align with findings in psychology, medicine, and philosophy. By integrating these perspectives, we aim to provide a comprehensive and evidence-based understanding of Muslim grooming practices. Let us begin this exploration by considering the historical, scientific, and spiritual dimensions that shape these practices within the Muslim world. 1. Islamic Wisdom. Shaving, removing pubic and underarm hair, hygiene and purity. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Fitrah al-Fitrah khamsun al-khitanu wal-istihdadu wa qassu al-sharibi wa taqlal wal-azfari wa natfu al-abad. Translated as, 5 practices are part of the natural disposition, Fitrah: circumcision, shaving pubic hair, trimming the moustache, cutting the nails, and plucking the underarm hair. Shaving the pubic hair and removing underarm hair are not merely hygienic, but acts of fitrah, maintaining the purity and dignity Allah created us upon. These practices highlight that Islam integrates physical cleanliness with spiritual discipline, reminding us that caring for the body is part of worship and obedience to Allah. Trimming, moustache, neatness and distinction. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Qussu ash-shawariba wa a'fu al-liha khalif al-majus. Translated as, trim the mustaches and let the beards grow. Be different from the Magians. Trimming the moustache reflects neatness, hygiene, and a distinct Muslim identity. It prevents untidiness and maintains dignity while eating and speaking. This practice, part of the fitrah, shows that Islam values outward discipline as a reflection of inner purity, living with cleanliness, order, and distinction for the sake of Allah. Keeping beard and head hair, identity, dignity, Sunnah. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Khamsun min al-fitrah, al-khitanu, wa-istihdadu, wa-qassu al-sharibi, wa-taqlam wal-azfari, wa-natfu al-abad. Translated as, 5 are from fitrah: circumcision, shaving pubic hair, trimming the mustache, clipping the nails, and plucking the underarm hair. Narrated in Sahih Muslim by Imam Muslim ibn al-Hajjaj. This hadith teaches that Islam emphasizes both spiritual and physical purity. Acts of Fitrah are natural practices of cleanliness that maintain dignity, health, and discipline. They remind us that worship is holistic, caring for the body as a trust from Allah, while also purifying the soul through obedience and remembrance. 2. Medical benefits. Pubic underarm hair removal prevents bacterial buildup, reduces sweat odor, lowers risk of fungal infection. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Min al-fitrah halqal-ana wa nadfalibt. Translated as, from the fitrah is shaving the pubic hair and plucking the underarm hair. Islamic guidance on hair removal is both spiritual and practical. It promotes hygiene by preventing bacterial buildup, reducing sweat odor, and lowering the risk of fungal infections. These practices show that Islam's concern for purity extends to daily habits, ensuring the believer's body remains clean, dignified, and in harmony with spiritual worship. Trimming mustache prevents trapping of food and germs, reduces the risk of skin irritation. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Kusu ash-shawarib wa afu al-liha, translated as, trim the mustaches and let the beards grow. Trimming the mustache is not only a sunnah for neatness, but also serves practical hygiene. It prevents food and germs from being trapped, reducing bad odor and irritation. Islam's guidance here shows its holistic approach, combining spiritual distinction with health, cleanliness, and dignity in daily life. Beard. Medical research. University of Southern Queensland 2012 shows beards protect skin from UV rays, reducing sun damage and skin cancer risk. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, A'fu al-liha wa qussu ash-shawarib. Translated as, let the beards grow and trim the mustaches. Modern research, such as the University of Southern Queensland 2012, found that beards block up to 95% of harmful UV rays, protecting against sun damage and lowering skin cancer risk. The beard is both a sunnah and a natural protection. What was commanded spiritually also benefits health physically. This harmony between divine guidance and scientific discovery reminds us that Allah's commands are rooted in wisdom, preserving both our faith and our well-being. 3. Physical benefits. Improve personal hygiene, fresher body. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, At-tuhuru shatrul iman. Translated as, purity is half of faith. Improved personal hygiene not only leads to a fresher body, but also strengthens one's spiritual state. Cleanliness protects health, removes unpleasant odors, and reflects inner discipline. Islam links physical purity with spiritual elevation, reminding us that caring for the body is an essential part of worship and faith. Better airflow in underarm groin, reduce sweating and irritation. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Min al-fitrah halq al-ana wa natfu al-ibit." Translated as, from the fitrah is shaving the pubic hair and plucking the underarm hair. Removing underarm and pubic hair improves airflow, reduces sweat buildup, and prevents irritation. Islam's guidance on these practices shows foresight in combining spiritual purity with physical comfort and health. It highlights how obedience to Allah not only elevates the soul, but also enhances everyday well-being. Beard acts as a natural filter, reduces allergens and dust inhalation. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "A'afu al-liha wa khalifu al-majus." Translated as, let the beards grow and differ from the Magians. Modern studies suggest that beards act as a natural filter, trapping dust, pollen, and allergens before they enter the respiratory system, thus reducing irritation and allergy risks. The beard, commanded as a Sunnah, provides not only spiritual distinction but also physical protection. By serving as a natural filter, it demonstrates how divine guidance aligns with human health, reminding us that Allah's wisdom encompasses both our inner faith and outer well-being. 4. Psychological benefits. Discipline. Grooming habits train the mind towards order and consistency. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Inna Allaha jamalun yuhibbul jamal." Translated as, indeed, Allah is beautiful and loves beauty. Maintaining grooming habits like trimming nails, moustache, and caring for hygiene instills discipline, order, and consistency in life. Islam links outward cleanliness with inner order, teaching us that self-care is not vanity but a form of worship, reflecting gratitude and respect for the body Allah has entrusted to us. Confidence. Feeling clean and neat boosts self-esteem. Cleanliness and neatness boost confidence, helping a believer feel dignified and presentable. Islam encourages this as part of self-respect and respect for others. When one feels fresh and orderly, it uplifts self-esteem and reflects the harmony between inner faith and outward appearance in living a balanced life. Identity. Beard and grooming become part of Muslim male identity, aligning body with spiritual self. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "A'fu al-liha wa qussu ash-shawarib." Translated as, let the beards grow and trim the mustaches. Their beard and grooming practices are more than appearance. They symbolize Muslim male identity, linking the physical body to spiritual obedience. By following the Prophet's example, a believer aligns his outer self with his inner faith, affirming dignity, distinction, and submission to Allah's guidance in both lifestyle and identity. Calmness, ritual self-care reduces anxiety and gives a sense of control. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Inna li jasadika alayka haqqan." Translated as, indeed, your body has a right over you. Ritual self-care, such as grooming and maintaining cleanliness, nurtures calmness and reduces anxiety. It restores a sense of control, reminding us that caring for the body is part of worship. When the body is honored through discipline and purity, the mind and heart also find peace in harmony with Allah's guidance. 5 philosophical reflections. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." Grooming in Islam reflects discipline turned into excellence. According to a hadith narrated in Sahih Muslim, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Inna Allah yuhibbu idha amila ahadukum amalan yutqina." Translated as, "Indeed Allah loves that when any of you does a deed, he does it with excellence." Aristotle's insight resonates with Islamic teachings. Repetition shapes character. Grooming in Islam transforms small acts of discipline into habits of excellence. When done with intention, these routines embody ihsan, excellence, showing that even daily self-care can elevate one's spiritual state and reflect devotion to Allah. Ibn Sina, Avicenna, in Al-Qanun fi al-Tib, the Canon of Medicine, wrote about the importance of cleanliness for preventing disease, linking hygiene with mental clarity. According to Ibn Sina, Avicenna, in Al-Qanun fi al-Tib, the Canon of Medicine, he emphasized, "An-nazafatu tahfazu al-sihhata wa tazidu fa safai al-dhihn." Translated as, "Cleanliness preserves health and increases mental clarity." Ibn Sina's wisdom aligns with Islamic guidance, showing that hygiene is not only a matter of physical health, but also of mental and spiritual clarity. By maintaining purity, we protect the body, sharpen the mind, and elevate the soul, fulfilling both medical insight and divine command in a harmonious way. Mahatma Gandhi observed, "It is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver." Personal hygiene practices preserve both body and dignity. Gandhi's words echo a universal truth. Health is life's true wealth. Islam teaches that personal hygiene preserves both physical health and spiritual dignity. Cleanliness is more than outward care. It reflects inner faith, reminding us that a pure body and soul together form the foundation of true richness before Allah. Imam Al-Ghazali, in Ihya Ulum al-Din, emphasized that physical purity nurtures spiritual purity. The body is the vehicle of the soul, and its cleanliness supports the clarity of the heart. According to Imam Abu Hamid Al-Ghazali in Ihya Ulum ad-Din, Al-Jasadu markabul ruh wa nazafatuhu tu'inu ala safay al-qalb. Translated as, the body is the vehicle of the soul, and its cleanliness supports the clarity of the heart. Imam Al-Ghazali reminds us that outward purity strengthens inner purity. A clean body nurtures a focused heart, free from distraction and impurity. Islam's guidance on cleanliness thus bridges the physical and spiritual, teaching that caring for the body is inseparable from nurturing the soul and drawing nearer to Islam's guidance on shaving, trimming, and maintaining body hair is far more than ritual formality. It represents holistic wisdom, uniting spiritual purity, medical hygiene, physical strength, psychological stability, and philosophical harmony. These practices embody the balance of deen, complete way of life ordained by Allah, and dunya, life of this world, reminding us that every aspect of life, even personal grooming, is an act of worship when done with intention for Allah. This holistic approach shows Islam's beauty. It refines the body, disciplines the mind, and elevates the soul together. What may seem simple outwardly carries layers of wisdom, guiding believers to live in health, dignity, and constant remembrance of their Creator. True harmony lies in aligning daily actions with divine purpose. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with more inspiring content. Your support helps us reach more people and keep these important conversations alive. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, or personal experiences. Share them in the comments below. Your voice truly matters. Together we can build a meaningful dialogue that benefits us all. Thank you for watching. May this video serve as a source of knowledge and reflection.